Hey guys, how you doing? This is Gizmo, and I'm going to go over how to create a new monster. The first thing we want to do is we want to find the monster client ID of what you want. If you're looking for the IDs in which you can use for an object in the game, you can go to core and then go right down to the my bad. It's the client ID reference here. I'm going to go drag us down here. Okay, so this index number right here that we have on the left, this is going to be the ID number. I already have mobiles highlighted here for searching. So you want to grab any mobile, right? So this one right here is just going to be like a peasant, right? At least something. This one looks like it might be a knight. You got its ID number 27. So this is one of the reasons why I created a tool to look at this. So we're going to look at the tool real quick, the guide, and I'm going to go ahead and just open up this folder, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up the index here, and here we go. So here's a little dev guide I'm working on. It's going to have like the assets and various other things. It's a work in progress. And right now I have the client objects gallery. It's only got the mobiles. I haven't got the objects and items and other things. There's still some textures missing. I got to make a list of those. But there's also the texture reference, which is like the UI elements and like spellbook, elements and stuff that you do your user interface with. So we're going to go ahead and look at the client objects here real quick. And right here, I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down, and they have all these different IDs that you can use for different monsters. Now, some of these may or may not work with animations and other things. But what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and pick one on the list that doesn't come with the normal stones. And there's one. How about this elephant right here? Okay. He is client ID 67, and if you were to look inside of here, let's go down to 67, and we will see there's the elephant object. Okay, so you can make a giraffe, horse, other things like that. If you don't have them, right here's the IDs. Okay, so now that we have our ID, which I believe is 67, we need to be able to create a template, which is part 2 here. So to create a template, it's very simple. You go to your stones mod. Mine's called Omen. That's what I use. Doesn't matter the name, but you go to your templates, go right down to your mobiles, and we're going to go ahead and grab the cow. Okay, I'm going to drag this cow down here so we can see it. All right. And right here's where it's asking for that client ID. Let's go ahead and just say 67. And I better save this before I mess it up here. So we'll go ahead and save this as elephant. Right? There it is. Okay. So let's go ahead and give it the name tag here. This is elephant. And then the scale modifier, just leave it the same. The body stuff, leave it the same. The mobile, all this, leave it all the same. We're good right here. Okay, so now we have our, let me save this, files, save. There we go. So now that we have this saved, we could go ahead and load up our server, which I already have mine loaded, and I'll show you how to use one of the commands that work very well with working with templates. Is you can type in reload templates. All right, and then we create. And since we don't have a lot of templates with like elif in it, you can type an elephant or half the word, but this should just go ahead and pop that elephant right on top, man. There we go. And right there is our new elephant. Now you can do various things to mobs, like you can go ahead and slay them, right? And now it's dead. And if you want to use a command to get rid of it, just go ahead and type in destroy, target any non-player object, and off it goes. So that is super easy on how to just get a new monster in the game. You can go ahead and give it a new name. Like I could call this guy Douglas. How about this Doug Peterson, right? Because who doesn't like elephants with that name? And I'm just going to go ahead and do that reload templates command. And if you want to know how to cycle through your last commands, when you hit enter, you just push up and down and you get to use commands you previously did. So I'm going to reload templates, find that create elephant, and his name is Doug Peterson now. Okay? And let's go ahead and destroy it. All right. That's quickly digested, but that's quick. That's easy. See? Now you can make monsters. let's move on to the next part, adding a little bit of stats to them in the stones mod and dealing with the AI properties. I bet you're like, AI properties, what are they? That's a very good question. Well, it's like an interaction system that they got put into place. It's different from like Legends of Aria. And I'm not going to go into the whole system and everything else. I'm just going to show you where to find this stuff. All right, so we need to remember the file name, elephant here, right? We got to remember what the file name is because it's a part of the AI properties tables. Because we're going to start covering tables. It's not too complicated. Once I walk you through this, it's really easy. So we really don't need this templates folder open anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and go to scripts. And then I believe if I go to globals and then down to static data, we're going to find the AI properties folder, right? So I'm going to, here it is, going to open it. And then I just want to go ahead and say, all right, maybe we just want to add an animal AI of sorts. So let's just click this and see what it says. Let's open it up here. So we have a table here that's a part of the AI properties table, and we have a subtable of cat, right? So this cat is the same name as the file name cat. So this all gets loaded up, and this is like the basics of a simple monster, okay? If you go through these, okay, you can go through them all whenever you want to, now that you know where they're at, to see other examples of other monsters. And if you see this and you see that mangy wolf, if you just type in slash create mangy wolf, you'll spawn the mangy wolf with all these stats, right? So we need to create a stat for our elephant. Well, again, that's fairly simple. So I just want to go ahead and make the elephant non-aggressive, and I think that the animals here, these aren't very aggressive, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this cow one, and I'm going to copy it. Okay, and then I'm going to, let's go ahead and rename this to elephant, okay? And it's an animal. Now let's go ahead and make his speed really, really slow, all right? And then we could just say that he does a butt ton of damage, 10 to 20, and his range in which he can reach, let's give him a longer reach than most like. Let's go ahead and give him up like a 4 here, because that's kind of crazy. But and his health, let's go ahead and give him 1,000 because we're cool like that. And we're not going to deal with the loot right now, okay? We're just going to get the basic elephant thing set up. And that's it. So you just learned how to change the AI. Oop. Let me save. I got this up here. It's trying to save. So, all right. So yeah, you just learned how to do all this. It's really simple. And now you just create a new monster and make sure when you create new monsters, they have different name templates. And then you'll need to create a AI properties table for every single one of them. You can find all the examples right here. If you're curious what's going on, you'll go to like undead right here, and I'm going to go ahead and go down here to the lich. And let's just take a look just for a second here. He's a spellcaster. How do I know this? He's got 2 abilities, Fireball and Energy Bolt. When you kill him, you can give the player 50 to 70 gold and a scroll of Energy Bolt. So again, by learning how to make items and templates, and when I teach you how to make an item template here next, you're going to be able to create items, put them on monsters as loot, and create new monsters. And then we'll teach you how to put those monsters in the world. Okay, and here we are. Here's Doug, our elephant. We learned how to create all this stuff. I hope he had a good time. I'm going to work on more videos to get you broken into the basics of, the various things that we discussed. So, yeah, I had a good time with this, and I will see you in creating an item. Have a good one.